Hi guys, today I want to make this earring with you. It's very 1920s style, I think, and it's very cute. I also made like a Christmas version of it, and that's that one. What you need for this is, of course, your ear hooks. You will need a head pin with the round thingy that's about 38 millimeters long. You need like a regular head pin. I got one with a little ball at the end, but you can just get flat ones also. And you will need 8 millimeter Swarovski and two 4 millimeter Swarovski. And you will need some delicas in 2 colors and some seed beads size 15-0. And then you got yourself one earring. So basically all you need is double. And I love making these. That's why I already made another set, a Christmas set. And I'll probably make some more sets. So that's really cool. As in updates, I entered the fire mountain contest with this necklace. And I didn't think I would make it much further, because when I looked at it again, I noticed that there was a lot of things wrong, so I changed that also. Here's the before picture and the after picture of all the things that I changed. And I also made really beautiful earrings. These are on the advanced channel. I will leave a link for that underneath the video if you want to give that a try. And I made this beautiful Christmas ornament. Also, no, there's no pattern available. It was a lot of work. And also this Christmas ornament. I made this especially as a Christmas ornament, but you can also do it as a pendant. It's really cool. That's available as a PDF in the fundraiser shop. So, I think that's about it for the updates. And I would say let's get started on the earrings. We're going to start off with the delicate beads size 11-0, picking up 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the reason, and now you're going, oh my god, no, not uneven peyote. And for those of you who already did the uneven peyote the easy way, I'm now going to show you how to do it the correct way. Why do I want to do that? Because when we made this bracelet, remember this bracelet? Those of you that did the uneven peyote the easy way, the lines weren't very straight. So basically what we did was cover that up, and we still got a beautiful project. But now I want to show you how beautiful straight the line can be without having to cover up. Of course, you can always cover up, or let me in this case say decorate the sides, but yeah, it's not necessary. So we're going to do this with 9, and we're going tubular, but I will show you how straight that is. So I'm going to pull that through to the end, leave a considerable amount of space because of course you need to get rid of your end till later on. And we're going to pick up one delicate bead. I'm going to skip one bead. Let me put it like that. Skip one bead right here. And we're going to go into the next delicate bead like that. And we're going to carefully put that in position. Because that doesn't always go right away. But you need to make sure that that is flat next to each other. How much end tail do I have? Oh, can move it over a bit. So, there. Pick that up again. Now pick up a delicate bead. I'm going to skip one bead. That's right here. I'm going to go into the next. And pull that tight. I'm going to do that again. Pick up a bead. Skip one bead. Go into the next. And those of you who didn't do it the easy way are now going to learn it the correct way right away. And you never have to be afraid of uneven peyote again, I promise. I'm going to skip one bead. pick up a bead, and we are now going through, get out of here, 2 beads, less 2, and pull it tight. Pick up a bead, go back in that second bead and go into the delicate on the left. Pull that through. Now we're going to move over to the right, into the right bead. Trying to do this one by one. Right bead, middle bead, and the left bead, last left bead. Now pull everything tight, and we're going to turn back in that bead on the right side, like that. So this is the first one. It's always the most difficult one, but everything is tight. So now we're going to pick up a next bead and we're going to go to the other side, which is basically the easy side, as I call it. And we're just going to put our delicate beads in between and pull that tight. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, you also need a straw. A straw? Yes. Are we going to drink? No, we need a straw. Pull that tight. Pull that tight. And this is the easy side. How can you distinguish the easy side from the hard side? On the hard side, you got your end tail. So I'm going to turn that around. Just in case you ever get confused, because, you know, when your mind is just beating, sometimes you just don't think anymore. You're just on sort of an automatic pilot. So sometimes you would go like, where am I? Okay, this is where the uneven side is. This is the difficult side. Okay, so the easy side is this, because you can just pick up a bead and just go into that first bead, like it would be on even peyote. So we're going up and up. And now we got 1 bead, and we're going in here, in that middle bead, but we can't add a bead next to that anymore. So instead of going through 1, we're going through 2, the middle bead right here, and the bead on the left side. Pull that through. Pick up your delica, and we're basically going to make the figure 8. So we started already like this, making that figure 8, and we're going to turn back, and make like an 8. So now we're going into the middle bead and moving over 1 bead to the left. So you're picking up 2 beads, middle bead, bead on the left. Push that through. And then we're going to turn around like that figure 8. We're going to move into the bead on the right, and we're going through 3 beads, middle bead and the bead on the left, and push that right through. Now you made your figure 8, and we're going back into that delicate bead that we just added. Now please do it like this, and don't start flipping it around when you get to the end, because then you will get confused. So now flip it around, and we're going to the easy side again. 1, 2, 3, 4, flip, easy side. So all you have to do is add that delica to your needle and go in between again. 1, 2, 3, and at 4 you're going to go into 2 beads, the middle one and the left one. You're going to pick up a bead, and we're going to cross over to the left side through the middle one and 1 in the left, and we're going back to finish up our figure 8 in the right, in the middle and in the left bead. And now we're going to go back into that first one that we just added and then flip. Okay? One more time. Let's get to the other side first. Easy side, easy flip. 1, 2, 3, and on 4 we're going into this bead and that bead, both of them, making our figure 8, going in, picking up 1 bead, going middle, left, and into the right bead, crossing over through the middle bead and the left bead, and back into the bead we just added. And make sure that you pull everything tight, because you need to pull everything tight to get that nice straight line on both sides. Okay, I think you got that. If not, you have to play it back and watch the first 3 rows that I did again on the flip, and then but I think you got it. It's not that hard. Just make that figure 8 and you will get a nice straight line. Of course you can make this longer, but you'll have to keep it uneven. This is like 9 rows, you can do 11, you can do, you know, depends on how long you want this tube. If you say, well, that's a nice tube, but I want it a little longer, just make it 11 or 13. Well, I wouldn't make it 13. I am, you know, a little superstitious. I would never sell earrings that have like a row of 13. I'd rather go from 11 or 15, but you know, and I'm not the only one that's superstitious, so basically you can count on the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need 24 rows up and down, and on the top you just need to count a total of 12. So I suggest you pause me now until you get there. Okay, I got my 24 rows, and I'm gonna recount, always recount. It needs to be 12 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. And the end tail is on the top, and the working thread needs to be on the bottom. So if you got 12 up here and you haven't gone down yet, you still need to go down. What we're going to do next is we're going to zip it up. As you can see, we have on the left side, we have it all the way on the bottom, and on the right side we have one that's on the second row. So we're going to go into, from the right side to the left side. Of course you need to zip it up like that, and then we're going to pick it up right here. But you gotta pull everything tight, so we're gonna pull that tight. And we're gonna go from right to left, to right to left, to right to left, to right to left. And then we're gonna turn back into this one and go down again to get everything connected doubly. So just fold it up, and if all is correct, when you zigzag left to right, you will come out with your working thread in the same bead as this end tail is. Okay, so I'm on the left, I'm going into the right bead, getting the end tail out of the way, left bead, right, left, right, left, right, and left. Now pull that tight, move on over to the right bead and go 3 down to your left. So it's the one that's disconnected, the middle one, and the one underneath that on the left side. I'm gonna go move over to the right bead that is underneath the left bead you just came out of. That's the right bead. I'm gonna push through 2. I'm gonna pick up the right bead and the left bead, push through 2, and the right bead and the left bead coming out on the top. And now everything is connected. Now we're going to work on the top, and what I'm going to do next is not my idea, it's not my invention, it's not my design, it's from Ann Benson. I'll have a link underneath the video for in case you want to do end caps, because basically what she did was an end cap and I'm just going to make it into a beaded bead instead of an end cap. But why mess with perfection? So thank you, Ann Benson, for this very beautiful tutorial, for teaching me how to make a beaded end cap. We're going to pick up a delica from a different color. I got silver here, and we're going into the next delica bead, only one. Then we're going to come out on top of the next one, like that. And we're going down again in the next one, like that. And we're going to do this all the way around, and if all is correct, you're going to have 6 silver seed beads on top of there. And that's why it's important you have an even number on top, because if you don't have an even number on top, 2 of these delica beads will be smashing into each other. So you can't have that. You got to have an even amount of rows, and even if you do it unevenly, make sure that you got an even amount of rows. So not 23, but 24. So going down, up in the next one again, going down, up in the next one again, picking up delica and going into that last one. And now I'm coming out of the delica that has the first silver delica that we added. Going into that delica, I'm going to pick up a 15-0 seed bead, and I'm going in between these delicas all the way around. 1, that should also be 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now push that through this delica seed bead and the next delica, and make sure that that is tight. Okay, because we're going to put one more row on top of there, but if you don't pull this tight, that next row is going to fall right in the middle of that hole. So we're going to pick up another seed bead 15-0. We're going to go on top of that same delica you came out of, and you're going to push through the delica, the seed bead, and the next delica. And we're going to pick up another seed bead, go into that same delica you came out of, seed bead, delica. So we're just basically topping the delicas with a seed bead. And if they don't stand up straight, make sure they stand up straight so you can pull that tight. And the last one, you're going to push through the seed bead and the next delica. And we're going to turn up in that seed bead, and we're going to pick up all these seed beads. That we just added. And I'm going to pull that tight and go around again. tight. I'm going to go down in the silver delica that I just added, and we're going to move over to the other side. Now if you have enough end tail to do what we did here on the other side, then use your end tail. If not, just use your working thread by just going down diagonally in these delicas to the other side. Okay? So I'm going down. First thing I'm going to do is work this thread away. Get me another needle. I'm lazy. I don't want to take my thread off my needle. By going into that next delica and just kind of pushing that through. Cut that off. Now the next thing is you need a straw. Push that straw inside that tube and make sure that that's closed on top of there. Got a Sharpie here. Mark it. And cut it in front of where you marked it, so it's a little smaller. You can push it and just make sure that you cut that straight somewhat. Now we're going to put that in there. And now you're going to do what you just did here on this side. So I suggest you pause me now until you've done that. When you're all done, just work your working thread away by just going up and down, and then cut it off. Now we need our head pin with a loop, and we're going to pick up one 15/0 seed bead. So you got to make sure you got head pins that will fit that 15/0 seed bead. Put that 4mm bicon on there. Stick this in right in that hole there, and make sure you come on out on the other side. Now, you don't need to put a seed bead 15/0 on this side because you're already protected by the seed beads over there. So only on that side. And one more seed bead 15/0 on top of there. There. And now you need to make sure that you got that close to the end. So you got to push that up, give that a quarter, and then make that loop. And make sure that loop is closed. Okay, I got my loop, and now I need to put that on my ear hook. I'm going to do the other side. One that's already perfectly looped. And now we need our head pin with the little ball on the end, and because that's already there, my Swarovski is protected, so I'm not going to do that, but I will be adding another 15/0 on top of there, and again 1/4, I'm gonna cut that off, and I always cut next to my finger. Then I know I got about the right size. And now just kind of turn that loop in 2 ways, so you get a nice little loop right there. Hang that on there and close that up. And there you have it. A fancy pair of earrings. Well, I really love making this one, and no doubt there will be several colors I will be making them in. I hope you like them. And if you enjoy my videos, feel free to subscribe. Here's the subscribe button, and I hope to see you guys all next year. I wish you Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. And be careful with the fireworks if you're in Europe. Okay, bye guys! Because look, to make this a really strong beaded bead, we're going to put a straw in there. And it works. It fits. And we're going to pick up one 15/0 seed bead. So you got to make sure you got head pins that will fit that 15/0 seed bead.